of the Sista Natasha podcast. If this is your first time tuning in to us, welcome, 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 welcome. We are live at Renee's Place, downtown Cleveland, 1425 East 21st Street. We have a live audience today. Everybody that's single is down here at Renee's Place. They are excited, they're interested, they want to hear, they want to be ministered to, they want to feel confident in their singleness as well. Our topic today is stop crying about being single. Stop tripping. Stop falling apart. This week, since I posted the episode of what we were going to be sharing today, many people have contacted me. I went to get gas. A guy stopped me at the gas station, just, pulled up on me, said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" I had my phone number ready to give it to him. That's not what he wanted to talk about. He wanted to ask me this question. If your girl tells you that she does not want to be with you and she needs time, what does that mean? And coming from a man, I was shocked. I was surprised, because that's normally what we would share with one of our girlfriends, right? But he was sincere. He had been broken. She had tipped out on him before. And when she brought that up to him, I just honestly told him what my thoughts and what my opinion was. And that was that she don't want to be with you anymore. And when a person tells you they don't want to be with you anymore, that's all they got to do, is just tell you. Because you do not want them to start showing you that they don't want to be with you. And then I ran into another guy, and he was concerned that he was too much of a good guy. And this podcast is not directed to men or directly just women, but all of us as a group, all gender, all whatever your status, whatever your status of love language is, then that's what this podcast is directed to. What does your singleness mean to you? First of all, being single means that you're not married. Being single doesn't mean that you are just in this whole big world by yourself. And a lot of us carry that feeling and that emotion that it's all, it's just me. I don't have anybody. That's not true. The spirit of loneliness will come in and separate you and cause division within your own self. It'll tell you that you're not worthy. It'll tell you that you're unattractive. It'll tell you that you be tripping. It'll tell you that nobody wants to be with you. That is the attacks that we have within ourselves because we're single. And loneliness comes along with singleness, because if you're in the home by yourself, I live by myself, but I will not allow the spirit of loneliness to come in and sap out of me the joy that I'm looking forward to and the peace that I have within, right? And I'm going to tell you, there's dangers in wanting to just be with somebody just so that you can say you got somebody. There are many people that are in relationships that are still single. They just don't know it. Because at the end of the day, if I'm paying all the bills, if I'm picking you up or dropping you off, if I got to encourage myself, I might as well be by myself. So if I'm in a relationship with somebody and I'm getting the love and the affection and the giving that I'm giving is not reciprocated, I might as well be single by myself. And a lot of us are in these relationships for the wrong reasons, because you just want to have some arm candy, or you just want to go out with somebody all the time. You can call a date for that. You don't have to have somebody setting up space and residence in your space just so that you can say, we're going to look good together. That's our problem now as single people. Stop putting on the mask of that I already got it together or that I've arrived. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't care what your status is. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much money you got in the bank. I don't care who keeps telling you look good, you fine, or your doctor did a great job on your surgery. Because we spend too much money and too much attention on trying to look the part when you go home and you still feeling a certain type of way. So let's come to grips and find out why I should stop crying about being single. When we hear people say they are singles, they are so excited about it on the outside. I'm saved and I'm single. I don't care what church you go to, what denomination you're in. It's a church full of single women. And they want you to join that church. I'm not joining that church. That's not my ministry. I don't want to continue to be single. I'm going to stay settled in my singleness and wait for the mate that God have chosen for me. That's one of our problems. We get anxious. We get excited about wanting to be with somebody that the relationship is not ordained by God. So how about this? Let's become friends first. Let's find someone that is compatible, have some same goals. Let's make some things that are attainable within a relationship of friendship. Find out what we like about each other, what ticks us off. Some of us have girlfriends and guy friends that are in relationships and they're miserable because they have not allowed the other person to accept them for who they are. Now, one thing you can't do is change, Sister Natasha. Not going to happen. I'm a maid, already full-figured, fine, foxy, voluptuous woman. I'm not going to have all that drama about where I can go, where I can't go, who can come over, who can't come over. Who does that? We have not allowed our companions, first of all, to be friendships, to become relational. So I think, and this is just me, I don't have no degree in this. I got a degree in life, in how when you become to be my age, you don't want to make some of the same mistakes that I've made. Now, let's create, let's say that what caused me to be single again, which was a failed marriage, right? I got married because I wanted to be married. I didn't get counseling. I didn't seek my family's opinion or my dad's opinion on what you think about this guy. I wanted him because that's what I wanted. I wanted to be married. And the truth of the matter is, when you're in church, you want to be married so you can have funky, freaky sex. They don't talk about it in church, but one of the reasons why I wanted to be married so I could have sex all the time. I'm nasty by nature. That's just, it's out there. It's in the world. Okay? You guys heard it from me. Nobody is got the flesh problem worse than me. But I'm not going to let it overtake me. I'm not just going to let anybody smash me. That's not the issue. I'm the smasher. I pick and choose who I want to. No, I'm just playing. But y'all got to be real with yourself. If you just want to have sex with somebody, make that known up front. Listen, can we get together on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and every other Sunday? If you just want to have sex with somebody. But if you want to get to know somebody, and don't be DMing me and calling me, telling me y'all want to do that on Monday, Wednesday, and every other Sunday, because I ain't interested. Write me a letter. No, I'm just playing. But I'm saying all that to say this. For real, y'all. Quit playing, audience. Let's get to know each other. Let's have some fun. First of all, I want to know if you can play spades. If every time I play a spade and you try to cut me out, I already know that we're not made for each other. But you got to start realizing, let's play shoot pool. And not just, it's called any ball. We're not going to play any ball. We're going to play a ball. Any ball is where you just shoot any ball in the pocket. I don't want to play that game. I want to know specifically that the 8 ball is for me. Oh, that was sweet. Wasn't it? That was pretty. Wasn't that pretty, y'all? Yeah, that was pretty. Because if the 8 ball is for me, it don't matter what pocket it go in. It's my pocket. But at the end of the day, we want to talk about some relational issues that causes us to be single. One of my girlfriends that's in the audience called me this week, and her issue was soul ties, right? So what is a soul tie? A soul tie is when two people stay bound together knowing that the relationship is not healthy. It's not healthy for either one of you. But we try to hold on to it for our own fleshly, our own certain motives, right? But one day is going to come when somebody has to sever the soul tie. And when you sever the soul tie, you both come to a place where you say, this not working. This not healthy. I can't eat. I can't sleep. You're only here when you want to be here, or you only allow me to come over when it's comfortable for you, or that's a soul tie. So there's a scripture for everything in life. The Bible is a life application book for anybody. You don't have to be a believer, but for anybody that wants to read it. Every situation is in it, right? So we're looking for a king or a queen. 1 Samuel chapter 8, Samuel kept going back to the Lord saying, Israel want a king. Because every other nation, every other girlfriend, every other boyfriend had a king or a queen, right? And he kept telling them, listen, y'all don't want this king. This king is going to bring hardship. Samuel was specific. He told them everything that the king was going to do to them and how it was going to affect them. But because everybody else had one, they wanted one. So he said, okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. After you come back, go back to them and tell them what I said, then come back and I'm going to give you an answer. He gave them just what they requested. God said, I'm not enough for y'all. He's saying this to us today. Is he not enough? He's more than enough. He's so much more than enough, y'all, that if we ever get to a place that we surrender everything to him, all situations and circumstances, he's going to give us exactly what we need with surgical pinpoint accuracy. That's how good God is. So when he gives us what he has designed and purposed for our life, we'll be able to appreciate it. But if we're crying and whining and complaining and complacent about nothing, these little frivolous things, and we keep bringing all of that to God, he's just going to give you what you're asking for because he's sick and tired of hearing the crying. And he's going to let you be responsible for that because that's what you asked for. But if you wait on the Lord and be of good courage, wait, again, I say wait. He said wait for black people. He said it twice in the Bible for us because we don't know how to wait patiently. Now, a lot of marriages and relationships wish they had waited, but now it's too late because they feel like they in too deep. But here we are, free to do whatever we want to do, go wherever we want to go as a single person, and we still not satisfied. We have to be satisfied with the plan that God has for us. I'm a single woman, but I'm an entrepreneur. I own 3 businesses, and that does not give me a tag or a pass to do whatever I want to do. I still have a lifestyle of holiness that I have to keep in line with God so that when he gives me what I'm asking him for, now I don't know what y'all asking him for, but I want my husband tall, dark, no child support, no trash, nobody coming in through the back window when I come visit, or I got to be like, well, you hear that? What's that noise? Oh, that's somebody in the house. I don't want to do that. I want someone that's honest, love their mama, love the Lord. You got to be specific and expect what it is that you're asking and looking for. Now, if you just want somebody that's got a nice car in somebody else's name, or you want to just push up on somebody because they smell good, you know, there's some cologne out here that'll destroy you. They got some men's cologne. A man walked past you, he ain't got a dime in his pocket, but he smell good. We have to learn how to wait right. Wait with an anticipation and an expectation of what we're looking for, right? Now, it's a lot of women got their own stuff going on, right? A lot of men got their own stuff going on. But everybody have a motive. They have an ulterior motive to say, he got this, he got that. But he might be stingy. He might ain't gonna give you nothing. But if he really is interested in you, you ain't gonna have to open your mouth. Because he gonna give you everything that you desire, everything that you need. If you think it, he think it. If you really want it, he gonna get it for you. Vice versa. Because if a man got my mind, he can have everything else. But he gotta have my mind that we become like-minded, that we're like-minded in not everything. Now, every relationship is not perfect. And you're not gonna get perfection out of another person. You have to grow into that thing together. So many people are screaming from the rooftops that being married or attached is just not for them. And you hear it all the time. I've heard married people that are now divorced say they don't ever want to be married again. I don't think that's true. I think what they've had is a bad experience. And a bad experience will cause us not to want to date right away. And guess what? We'll miss what God has for us by having that stubborn attitude like Israel had, having that I want it my way attitude like the children of Israel had. And we have to come to a place, y'all, that maybe God has us single for a reason. He may have us single in a season to get your credit together, to get your house clean, your house. Who wants to come to a nasty, filthy house and you looking for somebody to cuddle with on top of dirty clothes? Come on. Where they do that at? He is getting us ready how to appreciate, how to look good, how to smell good, keep your body clean. The worst thing in the world is for a woman to be funky and a man's teeth not to be clean. Brush your teeth in the morning, Jesus Christ. But listen, it's still reasons, right, y'all? It's still, these are the little things we look for. Y'all don't look for teeth?
Yeah.
And teeth is a prerequisite to talk. You got to have teeth to talk, right? Because if you don't have teeth, you're spitting all over everything and everybody. Don't who does that? Teeth, right?
Right.
If your glasses is real thick, they have a surgery for that. You don't have to walk around with them glasses that's so blind that you got prescription windows all through your house. You don't have to do that anymore. It's LASIK. It's not that expensive. You can say, matter of fact, if you got good credit, they'll let you get the surgery and you pay monthly payments. Come on, I'm helping somebody today. Thank you. Listen, I promise y'all, anybody can get a car now. It's coronavirus. You don't have to ride around like that. You know what I'm talking about. You don't have to have that hole under that car mat no more. It's time out for that. Get you a nice vehicle, keep it clean, pick her up. Don't always have her meet you somewhere. I had a guy tell me he wanted to take me out. I said, listen, meet me at the 4th District Police Department. They got cameras all around the district. If he show up, he don't have no warrants, he not afraid of the police, and you're gonna live happily ever after. But seriously, I'm just playing, I'm just joking. But seriously. Let me tell y'all this. According to the 2010 census, nearly half of the American population is single. Research says that single people are said to be happier, more social, and more active in the community than many of their wedding counterparts. That's because we got the time. We can do whatever we want to do. We can go, let me tell you what we can do in one day. We can go to work. We can feed the homeless. We can go to the beauty shop or the barber shop. We can go to the mall, shoplift, or buy something. We got the whole day to do whatever we want to do, right? But if you married or in a relationship, you got to go home and feed the dog. As soon as you get off work, you running lights, trying to let the dog or the cat out. Or you got to go and cook dinner. You got to wash clothes. You got to do all that stuff. So you got to be careful what you ask for. Do you really want? Is it really that important to you? Is it really that serious? Because I've been forgot to get home by 12 midnight. He'd be looking at me. He'd swear I'm cheating on him, and I ain't even did nothing all day but work. So we have to be careful, right, y'all, of what we're asking for. Now I want to hear from the audience. If I have not yet, maybe hit on what you guys came for today. Shout something out to me that you want to see different in your singleness. Anybody? Shay?
I have something.
Go ahead, Beth.
So I have a question now. And
okay.
My question is in regards to the soul tie. I brought the soul tie.
Her question has to do with the soul ties. Go ahead.
Okay, so a soul tie, I don't see it as a positive thing. I believe that it's negative.
Mm-hmm.
I also believe that it's mind binding.
Mm-hmm.
It's a situation where you are not committed. You're just having sex with an individual.
Okay.
My question is, how do we break the soul tie? Because it's in your mind, it's something physical, it's emotional, and I've been in that situation, and I don't feel like it's healthy.
Okay, let's address it.
How am I to break the soul tie?
Okay. So this is more, I think, more than a soul tie, because you love the person, right? Her question is, how do you break the soul tie? Sex is very a strong presence that we have as individuals. And it comes from, you can be physically attracted to a person, but not spiritually attached. And if good sex will destroy you. I'm just going to be a witness to that. Some of y'all don't want to be a witness to that, but good sex will make you hold on to a person until they die, or you die, one or the other. But it's the truth. That's why it's not easy to do.
Right.
Because when you feeling a certain, but it's a flesh thing. That's why God says that our flesh is an enemy of His, because our flesh can go all over the place, and then we ain't got to talk to that person for 3, 4, 5 months, until the next time we want to smash each other, right? But it's like the scripture says, you got to be born again. You got to be born again in order to be born again from within, because if you don't get to a place that you're done, it's going to control you consistently. And He says that we have to create in us a clean heart and renew in us a right spirit to know how to do things, right? But if it's something that you really want to do, you'll do it. Anybody else? How about being attracted to a married man or a married woman? Have anyone ever been attracted to a married man or no? The same thing. And I'm going to tell you what mindset that I came to about that. Every marriage does not have a commitment. This is why they have what's called swingers, or relationships where they bring in other couples. That's not a marriage with a commitment. That's a marriage with benefits, baby. That's a marriage that you can do what you want to do. I can do what I want to do. But when we come back together, we doing what everybody want to do. But we have to, when we want to be single, stay single. But if you're looking for someone to share the rest, guess what, y'all? You paying attention to what's going on around us? Life is not promised to us. We don't have a whole lot of playtime left. It's time to get serious. It's time to decide on what you want to do. It's time for us to decide on if we just gonna be happy. But don't cry about every little thing, because it may not just be your season. It may not be your time. But God is trying to get you to a place. And ask yourself, are you really ready for a commitment? Are y'all ready for a commitment? Can you really say within, I'm ready for a commitment? I got my stuff together. I think that if I have a conversation, come on, it's okay. What you say, babe? Yeah. You're being honest. You're not ready. Because there's so many different things that we have to accomplish within ourselves that's going to get us to that place. Don't let your status, your business, your money make you think or believe that because you have yourself together that you're not attracted to someone, because you want to be attracted to someone that's got their stuff together, that that's not pulling you down. Everybody want to be encouraged sometime. Everybody want to be given a compliment. Everyone wants to receive some accolades from somewhere, right? If someone tells you look good, don't you feel good about that? Don't that make you feel confident about going throughout the rest of your day with your head high? And guess what? If someone don't tell you that, you're supposed to know it already. Right. You're supposed to be confident within you, boo, because you the prize. You the piece to the puzzle. It's all about you and what you want to do. So I don't care who comes into your life, who has left out of your life. Be confident and know that God created you just the way you are. And He made you perfect. He made you awesome and amazing. He created you, and He didn't create nobody else like you. There's nobody else with your fingerprints but you. So listen, the message is clear from society. Being partnered is generally seen as better than being single, right? And those who are single are often viewed with suspicion, especially if they say it is on purpose. Securely single people choose to do so with their eyes wide open. Studies suggest that single people tend to have stronger social networks and develop more as individuals. For whatever reason, that you are single, we all need to make sure that we are living our life authentically. This pandemic has taught us that things can rapidly change, and regrets are not what you want to go through in our individual lives. But make sure that on November 3rd, you do not have any regrets, whether you are single or married. Exercise your voice and your right at the polls and vote on November 3rd. I am that classy, brassy, bossy, secure, saturated with the Holy Spirit, and believing that God does not make any mistakes. I am an influencer and an advocate of the truth. I'm your host, Sista Natasha. I hope this podcast has blessed you in some way, shape, form, or manner. But I want you to know that being single, be satisfied in that, and knowing that there is none other greater than you. God bless you. I love you. See you next time.
We going